The knights had enough sense
Right,
to
hey
do away with
guys,
all this
AnimeWestPlays
superfluous
here.
detail.
This or Reacts Plays, whichever channel I decide to upload this on. But yeah, gonna continue Windblume Festival now. Oh yeah, over here. So yeah, I just finished doing dailies. Why I was in. That's why I was in Sumeru. I was doing dailies. Right, here we are.
Hey, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups.
Alright.
Nice work!
That's good.
Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Which batch of letters should we read through first?
Joy above the clouds. Okay. Look at the clue board. Oh.
Hey, we're here!
Oh, bye.
Traveler, Paimon, nice work!
Okay. Well.
The
Okay. Same cutscene. Oh yeah. Need to click on the clue board. Letters about a flower. Model's world. Start with the beginning. Okay. We'll go down the list, I guess. After our conversation the other day, I went over the prophecy's wording carefully. Flower that is not of this world sounds more like a logical paradox. Think about it. If a flower is not of this world, its existence cannot be perceived. However, if it can be perceived, it will not fit the description of the prophecy. As such, my view is that the riddle's answer doesn't have to be a real plant. However, I must also note that, with all due respect, that the person who came up with this riddle may not know all the plants in the world. I dare say that no one can make such a claim. From this perspective, you could say, or you could even think of some rare plants and potential candidates for the answer. Attached is a list of rare plant species. I've added a short description to each entry, and I hope you can find your answer within them. But, best wishes to you, Tainari. Right, so next, Albedo. Flower that is not of this world doesn't sound like an existing species of something created through specialized cultivation techniques. That noted, I believe we should think outside the box. After reviewing what I've learned over the years, I have now reached a conclusion. Sucrose also came to discuss her thoughts with me. She hasn't yet decided on her answer at the moment of me writing this letter, so I won't be revealing my own conclusion right now. We can discuss it in detail when we meet. And I hope everyone else will bring their respective answers too. I'll see you then, Albedo. Okay, Sucrose. Feels strange to insert a letter into the mailbox I made myself, but I did find my answer. At first, I thought a flower created using alchemy would constitute one that is not of this world, according to the prophecy, but after giving it some more thought, realized that instead of it creating an actual plant, a flower-shaped mechanism made of alchemical products might fit to the description better. So I arrived at my conclusion. A clock in the shape of a flower. Long passage of life brushes past the timepiece, leaving fluttering petals in its wake. The elapsing years stir up the leaves, pushing the needle of time forward. Sucrose. Yeah, I guess never really did actually say that it had to be a flower. Or, that it had to be a actual plant. Okay, now Mona's letter. No one can confidently say they will never get lost, but as long as their wish to guide and help others does not waver, they will become a ship that can traverse the the waves eternally. I didn't perform any divination before writing this letter, but I have a feeling that I will witness the truth behind the prophecy together with you all. So if you need me, just call out to me and say, at my place, I'll be there. Okay, Bennett. Been thinking about this for a long time. Before you came to me with this prophecy, I never even crossed my mind that I could be a part of this. Well, as you all know, I'm probably the last person you'd think of when it comes to guiding others. Still have a long way to go, and I'm still trying to figure out how to peacefully coexist with everything in this world. But if you're asking me about who can be of help, my friend Fischl and her friend Mona the astrologist are both very knowledgeable and brave. I'd say they're probably the ones you're looking for. I think that's my answer. Wishing you all good luck. Okay, so he said Fischl. Fischl and Mona are better suited for this, basically what Bennett's saying. Okay, Amber. Guide is too grand a title for me, but I'd love to be everyone's friend. It's something I think I'm good at, and I'm an attentive listener, so do let me know when you feel lost. To use an analogy, I'm like a torch out in the wild that will help illuminate everyone's path so long as it continues to burn bright. Everything written below is not meant for Kale. Dear Kale, if you're reading this, please turn away. I've been worried about Kale lately. She recovered from the illness, but she still doesn't look all that cheerful. It feels like she's still has things she can't let go of. Allow me to write down my wish here. Hope that Kale can uncover the secret behind the prophecy and find her happiness. Or wherever she is and whoever she becomes, I'll always be her friend no matter what. We're not the savior and the saved, but simply good friends. Like that. Right, and Mika. Hope this letter finds you well. I didn't expect to be asked such a question, which caused a headache at first. I only know how to guide people in the geological sense. But on the journey of life, I'm still the lost kid who needs the guidance of others. But upon seeing your question, I immediately knew what I can help with. I tried drawing a map showing vegetation distribution for Mr. Tainari and Miss Kale, as well as a dragon spotting calendar for Mr. Sino. But both are attached below. In the next few days, I will need to patrol with the captain and draw maps for Miss Lisa, so I can only support you with my well wishes. My apologies. Please forgive me. I hope the map and the list will be of some help to you, Mika. Right? Okay. So yeah, those are those two. One who would never lie. No. So it's definitely the more abstract one. Okay, you were correct to assume I seldom lie. This has to do with my upbringing as a desert dweller who's been living within the academia since childhood. My unusual identity makes it hard for others to trust me. Would have been harder still if I was not honest. As a result, I've learned to talk less and speak no more than what is necessary. Uncovering the secret behind the prophecy may come with its perils. If you need someone who would never lie, I can join you. Okay. Zarya. Must make one thing clear first. I am not someone who would never lie. After hearing your question, I thought about many things in the past in earnest and recalled many occasions upon which I lied. Often make up excuses to avoid choir practice. I also tell white lies too, sometimes to make myself happy, and other times to allow myself to give up on some struggles. Nicest lie I've ever come up with is the one I told Varka, that I didn't want to stay in Mondstadt. Varka responded with another lie, and that was his advice to me. Current abilities are not suited to lifestyle beyond Mondstadt's borders. I can't be the answer to this question, but I suggest that you consider what never lying actually means. Does it mean to never deceive or to never lie with ill intent? That's a pretty good distinction, actually. It's a pity that I'm not the one you're looking for, but I believe that someone who meets the requirements will turn up. Good luck. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, and Razor. I asked my teacher Lisa to write this letter. It's much better than the one I wrote. Many thanks. I do not lie. I trust you. Come to me when you need me. I will always be there for you. Razor. Very Razor thing to do. Okay, legend that never ends now. Okay, Lisa. Legends were created by humans. In that sense, no legend endures forever, and all stories must end in regret someday. But as long as good stories live in people's hearts, it does in some way live on forever. That's the conclusion I've come to after years of reading anyway. Best of luck, little cuties. Lisa. Okay, please letter. Mom writes travel guides, but she did have friends that wrote fairy tales, so Cleese heard that a story a story its author spends their whole life writing. Always be a good one. Okay? And Kali. Think a legend that never ends should be a story filled with hopes and dreams. Works like a baton that passed on from one person to the next, offering something meaningful to everyone that it touches. I was once greatly encouraged by such stories, so I think I'll be going with this answer. Alright, so now that's everyone. Alright, yeah, that's everyone. Yeah, they're good kind of answers, I feel.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world.
Yeah, that's
Here's what we've
interesting.
gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost.
Ugh.
Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Sino. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend.
As for one who would never lie, Rosario removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Sino are willing to support us in our search.
Okay, so yeah.
Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
Actually, kind of forgot to be sad. I actually forgot to be was supposed to write one.
Finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Khalees said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams, and actively passed from one person to the next.
I like that one. Because then, yeah, pass it on, so it technically never ends.
So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then? You're really smart, Paimon. I think you can figure it all out in no time.
Okay.
Or, let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Okay, so yeah. Could really sound like...
Wait! Wait for me!
Be a bunch of stuff.
Timaeus, what brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Huh? This is kinda sudden.
Yeah.
Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could
Yeah.
you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Oh, yeah, that would definitely help. Still.
Of course. Do you still remember the time I, collaborated with a certain Miss Ying R?
Yes, I do. Rings a bell.
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we've stayed in touch through letters ever since.
Wait, so Ying-ar is the girl from
Hmm.
Lila that Sucrose mentioned earlier?
Hmm.
We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters to Ying-ar the whole time?
No, well, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too.
That's interesting.
And anyway, our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics, like perfumes, potions, alchemy.
Hmm.
Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-ar's heart.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking
Hmm.
Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-ar?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that.
Hmm.
I know full well that Miss Ying-ar is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there. Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windblume Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-ar to Mondstadt. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Oh.
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me. I feel incredibly guilty.
Hmm.
I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people. How could I ever hope to be worthy of Miss Ying-ar's love if I'm so selfish?
That's something, actually.
Oh, Timaeus.
Yeah, they were probably not trying to make it feel bad, but kind of feels like that's what happened.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Ying-ar?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now? You said you were gonna invite her to Mondstadt.
Well, yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Thank you, everyone. I promise to do everything I can to help.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never lie.
Alright.
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three.
Yeah, we found one. Some discussion, the group decides the final pick for each party.
Okay, Paimon will do the honors. Ahem. We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
And Timaeus. Flower guy, legend, and Timaeus.
Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name, too.
Yeah.
All right. We also have Klee.
Yep.
That's me!
Yep, it is.
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Alrighty.
Me too.
Weren't you all fine
Yeah.
just a moment ago?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let's do this.
Alrighty.
Actually, I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
So, yeah. Yes.
I know
Understandable.
what you're feeling.
Anxiousness.
Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
Okay, we got a group.
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy. Wait, but where is this lantern?
Well,
Oh, we know something about that.
we already found out where it is.
What?
So, story how you discovered the location of
Wow,
the thing.
that's amazing. You really know how to do everything under the sun.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
Follow me.
This is it! We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy!
Alrighty. Where the Lantern of Utmost Joy is located. It is somewhere. Oh, over here. So yeah, really nice letters there. We got to read their letters, but it's about to go down actually. Good thing I looked up. But yeah, so heading to the lantern now that we got everyone together. Aside from that Scarlet lady.
The map. It should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look.
Oh,
Oh, it should be right up ahead.
alrighty.
Aww.
So
I
yeah.
don't see any lanterns here. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern of Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something?
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Exactly. Venti's note here says we should look up and see the answer from the sky.
Hyman's reading too. Huh? It says to look up. But there's nothing above us. The wind didn't trick us, did it?
Slip also says, now you should recite the incantation. Paimon, look at this.
Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Look, the
Wind.
wind is blowing.
What a strong wind current.
Hmm.
Let's ride it up and see where it leads us.
Huh? We'll have to
Yep.
fly up there? Can someone carry me with them?
Here.
Alright. Well, flying it is, huh?
This is the first time I've ever flown like this.
Alrighty. Oh, here we are. Able on a floating island is something.
How did this little island get up here in the sky? Did somebody make it?
That's something.
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost. Oh, good thinking,
That's cool.
Cullen. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a tea party.
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
Well, it's something, alright.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the lantern, too.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer look.
Okay.
Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment.
Okay.
Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's
Simple
simple enough.
So, wanna take a
So
seat,
we
I
just need
guess.
to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Right? One vigilantly watches Albedo conduct a thorough
All our questions and
inspection,
doubts
I guess.
aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
How is everything, Albedo?
Sound.
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps
Hearing
or
stuff.
suspicious mechanisms. But I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Destructive devices.
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences.
Okay. So yeah.
Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy.
Oh. Okay.
Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
That sounds kind of
Yeah.
smart.
What do I?
But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
That does.
Mona, is there something wrong? You're
Yeah.
not looking too good. Oh, are you hungry?
You hungry?
Brought some snacks.
Thank you for offering, Klee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we step foot in here. But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then no. Could that person be?
Mona just shivered. Did she sense some kind of great power?
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Don't leave
Yeah.
on the edge like this, Mona.
He was hanging.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Probably better.
Yes. Let's test the hypothesis together, Klee.
Just do it.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Ugh.
Oh, all right.
Alright. So yeah.
Okay,
Do this.
then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world,
You can do it, Sucrose.
Yeah.
um,
Alrighty.
then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Alright, so yeah.
Kale, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others.
I actually like that answer a lot.
I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
Right?
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
Right?
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
That is also very true.
The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing! Huh?
But all we did was submit a batch of test answers.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, alright.
Okay. So yeah, light went out. Okay. So yeah, guess didn't matter who.
What's going
Yeah.
on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we have to answer all the questions correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't
Yeah.
it?
There's
We've
no
just
right
proven
answer.
that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
Yeah, they were a bunch of kind of abstract questions.
No right answer? But how could that be?
That does kind of make more sense.
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
Ah, and to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Okay.
Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter.
Scarlet.
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then why do I spy
Yeah.
yet another person following in your shadow?
Oof.
Wait, really?
Yep. Everyone's alright.
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But
Oh,
why?
why?
Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a long story, but
Okay.
I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Okay. That doesn't.
Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Mom?
Oh.
I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
I think it was first time we're hearing. Yeah. Current Alice is what it sounds like.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Yeah.
Old hag. Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
Oh, Alice, I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
Why are you trying to talk like someone else? Well.
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Okay.
She sounds so coy all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Voice changing.
And if I recall correctly, we lit this lantern in the
Excuse
care
me.
of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact entrusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
Well.
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Wait.
Yeah.
Lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for
Alright.
making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
Alrighty. Let's
Ever heard
see.
the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name
Circle.
suggests, it's a secret society.
Hmm.
Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick.
Okay.
He
Let's
loved me
start.
dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
Well.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship.
Okay.
Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
Okay. That was actually really cool.
This is where
Excuse
the
that.
legendary mages held their meetings.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Then
Pretty cool.
what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
Wow.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
Well, that's something.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together.
Okay.
A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her. The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study.
Characters to possibly look forward to.
Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like prophetess, she will only speak to guide people toward the truth when a change has occurred in the world.
I did. That was literally the first thing that came to mind.
She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning.
That's cool. Ha! Could she have been the one who spoke to me while we were investigating Wanderer?
If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
That's cool.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world and that they would all know each other?
Yep.
The one who would never lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity and candor.
This is actually pretty cool.
As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
That's a big deal.
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
Oh.
It may sound hard to believe, but
Excuse
I
me.
can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the Hexen Circle. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea of becoming a mage.
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. But you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Words of praise there.
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexen Circle after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the Supreme Blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination. Dear child,
People around you.
I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
That's a good message.
Oh. I still don't get it, but
Yeah.
I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
That they are.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
That was
Now
big
that I
one.
think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windblume again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still remember.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day, many, many years ago, that Jay tied the knot. Oh,
That's
Just
good.
in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windblume Festival to the fullest.
Very nice. Alice's voice fades and the lantern grows dim. It once again, just a regular piece of decor. For a moment, everybody looks lost in thought, but soon chatter begins to fill the space again. Before long, everyone spreads their gliders to return to Mondstadt. So yeah, pretty nice.
Albedo, why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
Ugh. Well, there is nothing over there still. Wow. But yeah, that was actually really nice. Cool witch information. Information about the witches. Reveal of who exactly the voice we heard at the end of the previous quest was. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah. Alright. Move back to Mondstadt. But yeah, it's a really nice view though. Yeah, learning about the witches is pretty cool. They have their own little secret society. And we learned, yeah, that it was apparently one of them that we heard at the end of the Wanderer quest. Just pretty intriguing. That some of them were really crazy, powerful people, and others were just ordinary people. That's how it sounded, at least to me. That they weren't all these crazy powerful people. But yeah, aside from that, cool to actually hear Alice. I mean, we've heard Alice before, but I think this is the first time we've actually heard her. Yeah. I think it's the first time we're hearing her in the present, rather than it being like a recorded message she sent. Like, with the summer event. Summer Odyssey. Yeah, Timaeus go through it.
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just, let it out.
I'm fine. I'm just
glider sick.
A little glider sick, that's all.
Yeah.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
Okay. Sure thing.
Probably best to do that rather than have someone hold you and fly.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the Supreme Blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of
your
this was
fault.
your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Windblume Festival's special ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't
Not
mean to
really
blame the two of
anyone's
you
fault.
either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
And we did. We learned quite a bit.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to use leeway to apologize to Yingar, right? Do you want Kali and I to accompany you?
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me. Now that I've come back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
Okay. Oh.
Miss Yingar?
She came here.
Oh, so that's Miss Yingar? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar, but how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that I don't, Sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time.
Righty.
You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right? Well then, of course I had to come and find you instead.
Should we go see how you're doing?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You'll get
probably
hit by a
best not.
forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oof. I want that.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll just leave them alone then.
I look quite happy. Maybe that's what Windblume is all about. Adventure has come to an end. Everyone bids farewell.
I'm so glad
Nah,
to
it's
see
something
Timaeus
else.
find his happiness.
That's good.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy, and you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much bigger heart than I do.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities. They're just spread over different parts of our personalities. I've never
Seems like
visited
it.
Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to
Never
accept
too
myself?
late.
Well... Do you know anything about the blooming cycles of Cecilius?
I may have read about that in a book before.
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date.
That's something.
My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once. All with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do.
So yeah, it's a good thing there. Never too late.
Why don't you give it
Try
a try,
something.
Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best. They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
Well, isn't it great that they're getting along so well?
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture. Are these seeds?
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. These are the seeds of the sweet flower cultivars that I've worked on. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. So, I really hope that you'll like them.
Very
They're
nice.
super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my Windblooms for this year. I wish that the Animo Archon could also see how lovely they are.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest and take good care of them.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time. Mondstadt's doors will always remain open to you.
Thank you so much.
Very
I
wholesome.
don't know what to say. I'm just really happy. Sucrose, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
Breath of joy.
You're right. I almost forgot.
Read into this.
Kale, can you exhale once into this test tube? I will save this breath of joy. And
oh, really? May I?
Of course.
Alright, Kali exhales into the test tube and it turns a deep violet. Small sparkling cloud then puffs out of the test tube and rises into the air like a marshmallow before it's taken away by the wind.
Huh? What was that?
It was like a little cloud of happiness, but now it flew away.
Okay, that's something. Test tube.
Luckily, there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll seal it up for now. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs in my research.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
Yeah, it is
Master
written.
Tighnari! Cyno!
If your friendship was forged in a
Ready?
test tube, does that make you test friends forever?
Test friends forever.
That's it.
Yep.
I think you've
It
ruined
just,
Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you.
Wait, for me? Didn't Sino commission this?
Sino wanted you to have one for yourself.
Cool.
If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you challenge him to a duel.
I'm a master of the game. Do you dare challenge me?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Let's knock him off his high horse.
It's time to duel.
Wait, I've got something to give you too. Huh?
Hmm.
Kali has a gift for us? Yeah, I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepared a few small things themed after the Windblume festival.
Okay. Yeah. Bookmark looking thing.
I made these bookmarks from Sumeru
That
roses
is
at
a
the
bookmark.
hotel. I want to give them to Amber, Master Tighnari, and Sino. During Windblume, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tighnari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
Well, in this
Yeah.
case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings.
Yeah,
And that
that's
should be
fine.
just fine.
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt. Whoa, are these really for us?
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Score.
So, are these your chosen Windblooms?
One of them. Both Padisaras and Sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best express my feelings. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who I wish to accompany as we greet more seasons and future Windblooms together. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so.
Very nice.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there?
Huh? Back to the cloud.
Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
Very nice to go back to that. Joy above the clouds. Alright. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then yeah, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you all later.